Hey Facebook. Okay, so I had the update for my surgery today. It went pretty good. So I know I'm gonna get asked, does your eye hurt? It is uncomfortable, but it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry or anything like that. There is definitely some discomfort. Oh, can you bring me that bag that they gave me at the hospital, please? So I'm gonna show you what all I got in this handy dandy bag, because if any of you ever go through this, you're probably gonna get some similar things. And this is just, oh, first for my blind friends, my eye just looks really, really red. It doesn't look gruesome or cool or anything. Sorry to disappoint. I know I was hoping for something to look fucking fairly awesome too, but no. So this is some paper tape, and they gave me this because at night I have to wear my shield. This is a thing that was on my eye yesterday. It is a metal grate that is surrounded by some kind of plasticky piece. There are like holes in it, I guess, so you can see out of, if you can see. Maybe? Or does that airing?
I think it's just for ventilation.
Oh, it might be for ventilation. Maybe it's so, like, if your eye drains. I don't know, but it's there. I have a replacement, which is clear plastic. It doesn't look nearly as cool. I just have to wear these at night. Not a big deal. They also provided sunglasses. Because some people are photophobic after surgery and everything. The oil in my eye means that I'm not photophobic in my left eye for the first time in my life. Bloody awesome. If I would have known that that was going to cure that, I might have gotten the oil taken out of my eye years ago. I'm kind of thinking about having it done on my right eye now. Shoot. It's a fair trade-off. But the glasses aren't very dark, so if you are really severely photophobic and you do wear normal glasses, bring your normal glasses, because keep in mind these are for people that can like drive and that need to be able to like see. My hospital actually gave me a really nice pleather type of case thing. I can't promise that your hospital will give you something like this. I don't think I have to return the bag. I'm assuming it's mine. I'm sure they charged my insurance enough for it. So I'm going to use it to keep my sunglasses in because I'm cheap. In my collection, my eye patch wasn't in there. Oh, good. I had my new eye patch in there, but they didn't give me that. But it got taken out, so it's all good. Yeah, this is my new eye patch. I know you are all desperately wanting to see my new eye patch. Don't be jealous. So anyways, back to does it hurt? It feels uncomfortable. Every now and again it stings. They had to check my eye pressures today, and I'll be honest with you, the first drop stung. It wasn't that bad. You're not going to cry or convulse on the floor or anything like that, but there is some discomfort. My next question that I know I'm going to get asked is, what can you see right now? Keep in mind, and for those of you who don't know my story, I'll just do a very basic rundown. In September, I got the my herpes virus in my eye, which, just for the record, herpes in the eye is not contagious. It's not sexually transmitted. You aren't gonna get ocular herpes from somebody. I got it in the womb. You know, just to throw that out there, because a lot of people hear herpes and they immediately think STDs and things like that. That's not, in this case, that's not the case. So anyway, well, the herpes in the eye caused a lot of inflammation, and as I was tapering down the steroids, the inflammation shot back up, and it caused a retinal detachment about 2 months ago. So the upshot of that is, we don't know how much damage the reactivation of the herpes did to begin with, and then with the retinal detachment, we had no way of knowing what vision was going to happen to my eye. if your retina detaches but you have good vision, in most cases your prognosis is very, very good. I just happen to be a complicated case. So keep in mind, this truly is my experience. Vision is so very, very personal. So don't think, oh my god, her vision came back like crap. That's not the case. For me, they are gonna keep the oil in my eye because all we're really hoping to preserve is light perception. So that's gonna decrease the vision greatly. Also, it could take anywhere from a week to a month to fully know what my vision is actually going to be like. Again, ignore if I put my head down. It's because I have to keep my head down for basically 90% of the time for 10 days. So I'm, trying not to do this whole video with my head down because I know that looks awkward, but I'm trying to balance it with following doctor's orders. So right now, I do not have all of the uses of my visual fields at all. My bottom is still pretty much dark. My light, my sight still seems to be very dependent on light. Very, very dependent. I'm still not counting fingers. I'm still seeing movement, which is about where I was at before the surgery. So maybe the effectiveness of the surgery just hasn't kicked in yet. That's a possibility. Or it might be that I'm not going to regain any vision back, and that's what I have. But to be honest with you, that's totally fine. Because before the surgery, and the reason I was wearing the patches, my vision was very shaggy. For those of you that remember the old rotary TVs, it was kind of like when you got in between two channels and the picture just shook. That's what my vision has been like for the past 2 months. So I was constantly feeling seasick. So far, that seems to have completely gone away. So I'll take it. I didn't go into this surgery really looking for anything more than to maintain light perception. And the whole reason I did that is because there's an above average chance that this retina might detach, especially if the herpes simplex virus does reactivate. Now, I am on an antiviral for life to try to keep that from happening, but once you have herpes, it stays dormant, and things like stress or illness can bring it on. A number of things can bring it on. So while the antiviral regimen has been found to be successful, it's not a guarantee that the virus won't reactivate and either completely and totally destroy my retina or we'll have another thing like this. Also, the last time I had herpes in my right eye, the eye drops did cause my eye pressure to go way up, and I almost had to get the eye taken out. So, I mean, there are a number of possibilities that could leave me completely blind in the right eye. And light perception is very important about maintaining, like, your circadian rhythm and things of that nature. So there's just a lot of knock-on effects that not having any light perception at all can cause. So I wanted to do everything I could to try to preserve my light perception. Now, there is a higher than average chance. They can't quantify it or give me a percentage, but there is a higher than average chance that this retina will just redetach. And if that happens, chances are I probably won't opt to have it reattached. But ultimately what the surgery did is it's going to keep me from asking what if I would have done it, which is all you can really do. I've had very, very good doctors, very, very good care, which is all anybody can really ask for as far as limitations for me. again, you'll have to, if you ever have to have the surgery, you'll have to talk to your doctors about your limitations. I feel like they might be being overcautious with me because I am considered extremely high risk for immediately redetaching. For 10 days, it's 90% of the time face down. Sleeping on your face is hard. Last night I kept waking up on my back, so I kept on having to, force myself to turn back over. I don't know how you're supposed to make yourself sleep on your stomach. Maybe I'll try like a weighted blanket or something. I don't really know. But, no water in my eye for a week. No lifting anything heavy. No bending over. Basically, I can't do anything to cause strain. After the surgery, I'm supposed to avoid anything that I might get hit in the eye in. I will be back into martial arts. I'm going to get some kind of athletic face mask to protect my eyes. Now, I'm not going to do anything stupid like go jumping out of a helicopter or planes or anything like that. But I feel fairly confident with martial arts using a protective athletic mask that I can, tell people to please try not to hit me in the face, and then if they do, I will have the mask. That's a calculated risk that I personally am willing to take. I am in no way, shape, or form saying you should take that risk if you have this surgery or if you have detached retinas at all. By all means, please, 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 please think very carefully and ask yourself, what are you willing to risk your sight for? Because ultimately, that is what it comes down for. For me, I know it doesn't look like it. I'm on steroids in September. I've gained 40 pounds. But I, for years, have done martial arts. I did take a break through school. But now that I'm not in school, I was really looking to get back into it. I've competed in tournaments. I did karate for 7 hours a week. Martial arts was my thing. It was my passion. And to me, I personally will not do something if I cannot do it to the fullest and to the best. That's perfectly valid if you're a martial artist and you say, I'm still going to do kata, but I'm not going to spar. I am in no way, shape, or form thinking any less of you. That is totally valid. That's just not me. If I can't do something all the way, I'm not going to do it. And the fact is, I'm turning 30 later this month. I'm not going to go the rest of my life without doing martial arts. It's just not going to happen. And I have to be, realistic about that. I don't want to go the rest of my life without doing karate. Yes, I know there's Tai Chi. There's more than just sparring. I get that. The fact of the matter is, I like to spar. I look forward to it. It's one of my great joys in life. And I personally, yes, using a, protective headgear with a protective mask, I'm willing to take that risk. But again, you have to ask yourself, what are you personally willing to risk your sight for as far as contact sports? You might not be into contact sports, that might be nothing. You might be a boxer and you might want to risk it all. Know your risks, see what you can do to minimize your risks, and go for it. As far as my prognosis, it's up in the air. And that's just kind of that. In most retinal detachments, I think it's something like, most retina attachment surgeries are successful 90% of the time. So again, if you're facing this issue, 90% of the time, they'll attach your retina, do what you're supposed to do, don't do anything stupid, you're fine. No, if it redetaches again, then slowly your percent of success decrease and you'll have to talk to your doctors. about that. But yeah, that's pretty much just an update with me, what's going on in my life. I go back next week, and I'll go back in a month, so I have 2 more follow-ups. I'll probably just do videos then, just because it's easier, and answering the same questions a bazillion times. If you do have any questions about retina reattachment surgery or whatever, I'm in no means an expert, but you're of course welcome to email me at blindde1@gmail.com. I should be getting a gardening video up, realistically speaking. It'll probably be over the weekend or next week. I'm not allowed to do any heavy lifting, and unfortunately I have to do some soil mixing, which I love. I'm looking forward to, but that does involve some lifting, so I might just ask that if there's any medical professionals around, they just look away while I do said heavy lifting. But I will be going into what I'm putting in my soil, why I'm putting it in my soil. I will be mixing biochar and activating biochar. I will explain that again, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Keep in mind, I'm very new to gardening. I'm going off of research, so I will just be given my understanding of what you should do, and I might be completely wrong. So you might want to hold off on actually taking any of my advice on gardening until we see if stuff grows. But yeah, so if for somehow you've made it through this whole video, thanks for watching. And seriously, if there is anything blindness related you have a question about, or a topic you want me to cover, if I don't know the answer, I will find somebody who does. I'm also hoping to get some other people with blindness and visual impairments to send me videos, or to add videos from their playlists talking about their hobbies and what they like to do. If anyone is interested in common surgeries, retinal detachment is fairly common. I can possibly find people to discuss it. But yeah. Oh, and if you have any questions about guide dogs or service dogs, general questions about service dogs in general, let me know. I'm happy to answer any of them. I'm really hoping I'm going to try to save up for a GoPro and get a picture of my service dog working, because a lot of people I think would find it very interesting to kind of see what he sees from his point of view, and to kind of get to see how we work together as a team. So I'm hoping to save up. Hopefully I'll have enough for that this summer, or the spring would be better when I don't melt, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, thanks for watching, YouTube.